What's going on, everybody? On today's vlog, we're gonna be working on the IS300. Yeah, so since there's a drift event tomorrow that we're gonna be attending, there will be content on that. So stay tuned and follow up, subscribe, like, comment, whatever you gotta do to stay in the videos. We're gonna be doing spark plugs, just a little basic little thing, nothing major. So what we're gonna have to do to remove everything and to get to the spark plugs, you want to take off your intake, your valve cover, because this is a fancy cover. Be 10mm bolts, one right here, one right here, one over here, and two in the back over there. And also there's one inside underneath the lid. You're gonna need to take off this little clamp right here for the vacuum hose, or whatever the fuck hose this is. You take it off, you scoot it out, you turn it up, you leave it alone. Next thing that we have to do is basically take off this connector, and unbolt this bolt right here, this bolt right here, and then there's another couple bolts down here. Same thing. I believe they're 10 mil. I lied, they are 12 mils. So go ahead and get your little 12mm socket, take those out to take off the throttle body, because without taking off the throttle body you will not be able to reach number 3 and 4. So you want to do next is go ahead and take off your throttle body cable, because this thing does get in the way. So go ahead and remove that. Go ahead and pull it all the way out. And we have one more clamp down here. Right there. This one right here. We're going to have to take off that hose. Just be careful. It might leak a little bit of coolant. So let's get that removed. So it got pretty late, so I had to bring out my phone camera. Hope you guys don't mind. But anyways, so I'm about to take off this whole throttle cable. Alright. You have to remove the whole thing. Shit, let's just put it aside over here. Alright, cool. Coolio. Alright, so once you do that, you'll be able to remove the whole. There we go. Alright. And you also might want to remove this little spacer right here. This little spacer right there. That way you could get easier access to those right there. So for the cover right here, you need an Allen wrench. I got a little Allen tool from Harbor Freight. Works miracles. Still got the tag on it. But this shit was like $1.98. You should go get one. Invest in one of these, especially if you got a Lexus. These motherfuckers have it everywhere. So we're gonna be using number 5. I can't focus on it, but go ahead and use number 5 and you'll be able to take out all these screws for the valve cover. So once you got everything removed, you will have a clear view of your little camshafts and a clear view of all the wiring right there. So if you guys don't want to mess up anything, don't want to misplace the order of your wires, just go ahead and do 1 or 2 at a time. That way you don't mess anything up. So for the coil packs, I believe they're 10 mils. Let me try it out real quick. Yep, it's a little 10 mil. So go ahead and take out one of your coil packs and one of your spark plugs, just the wire, and then you'll be able to get access to the spark plug itself all the way in the bottom. So I found out why my car was misfiring. Not sure if you're able to see it or not, but pretty much number 3 through 6, no, 2 to 6 is pretty much filled with oil. So I guess I found my problem to why it was misfiring. So hopefully no more check engine lights, and let's try to get these replaced and cleaned up as best as we can. Clean up the spark plug wires and the, damn, I forgot what they were called. Remind me. Come on, comment below if you remember what I was thinking. Ha. Coil packs. Alright. So yeah, let's get this cleaned up. Alright, so once you remove everything out the way, you go ahead and remove your spark plugs. I am using a 5/8 spark plug socket. And it won't focus. Fuck this camera. Anyways, so go ahead and loosen them up. And then check that out. So come on, focus, man. For some reason it won't focus, but they look pretty toasty. Not sure why you can't see it, but it's okay. There we go. Anyways, but yeah, they're pretty messed up. So let's get the other one. And I am using the recommended spark plugs, NGK laser iridium. So what I usually do is go ahead and slot it in there, go backwards a little bit. What the fuck? Go backwards on it, that way you can feel it seat in. Once you feel it, then you go ahead and start tightening it up. Once you feel it finger tight, go ahead and torque it with your hand until you feel a little tension. Once you figure with a little tension, go ahead and bring it back like a quarter inch and tug on it a little bit. Boom. Maybe like a quarter turn, and now you're done. Just keep repeating that same process, all 6 of them. Alrighty, now that we got all the spark plugs in, everything looks pretty fresh in there. I cleaned it up just a little bit, still a little gunky. So for the next thing that I'm gonna do to this, not at this video, but it's gonna be a future video, I'm gonna be replacing the valve cover seals and the O-rings in the spark plug area. So as you took it off, go ahead and put everything back in reverse, starting with your spark plug wires and ignition coils. Then after that, you're gonna put on your throttle spacer back in and your throttle body, and don't forget to connect this little line in the bottom over here. After that, you put in your intake hose and everything. Alright, everything's back in place. All you have to do is just push this down so doesn't get caught when you put on the spacer. So let's put on that throttle body spacer. All right, go ahead and get your bolts. Oops, wrong area. Come on, bitch. All right, you start screwing it in. Go ahead and get that other one over here. And you got one last one in the bottom corner. So try not to lose it or misplace it, because it's a little tricky to get in there. All right, sorry for the darkness. I'm working at nighttime, can't really see my damn self. Have a upper, my cell phone's doing all the lighting right now. So yeah, all right, you screw it in there real nice and snug with your hand. Once that's done, you go ahead and torque it down with your little wrench. Don't judge me, I don't use foot-pounds of torque. I don't use fucking factory specs. I just tighten it up with my hand. All right. Oh, fuck, it's a 12. Hand tight. Hand tight. And the last one over here in the bottom, if I can find it. There it is. And complete. So once everything's in, go ahead and put in your bolts for the throttle body, as so. Got one right here. These are pretty, the long bolts that are in the top. Go ahead and stick the other one in. And there is one nut that goes underneath the throttle body itself. Same thing. 12mm socket. Go ahead and tighten them up. Don't forget to tighten up the bottom one. Alright, good. Now you're able to put in your valve cover. So go ahead and grab your valve cover. Makes everything so much nicer. Go ahead and install it. Give it a little wipe. There you go. Go ahead and insert your bolts back in. Go ahead and insert your bolts back in. Oh yeah, and don't forget the hose that was connected to the throttle body itself. So go ahead and slide that back in there. Go ahead and grab your Allen key, tighten up all your bolts. So yeah, you just snug this one back up. You might want to have something holding the other side, like a 12. This side is a 14. Well, there you go. Everything's tight. So last thing to do is go ahead and put your, oh fuck, that's right, almost forgot. You gotta put in the tube. Slide this back on there. Slide this back on there. Go ahead and rotate your little hose that goes to your intake. Clamp that back on there. Get your little 10 mil. Oh shit. Don't mind. Go ahead and tighten these up.
So the last thing to do is just put on your cover to make everything look beautiful again. Fuck, it's crooked. There we go. Alright. Replace your 4 nuts that you took off earlier. Go ahead and tighten them down. Alright, and you're ready to go. All we need to do is go ahead and crank it up, make sure everything sounds good. Everything seems to be in order. No knocking, no ticking, no misfiring. That's what we got rid of. So stay tuned for more updates on the IS300. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video.